Uh, I had a completely different thing in mind for Tuned In this month, but I changed my plans a little bit after after the whole still not completely settled with the house yet, and having gotten sick recently, thus the I'm sick blanket thing going on here. But anyway, because of this, I had I had a chance to check out two, uh, two new tunes that recently premiered. And I figured I'm going to put my original plan on the back burner for a later month, and instead cover these two new shows in a first impressions kind of review thing. I think I have the most to talk about. I'm going to cover the Owl House first, because I have the least amount of things to say about it, I think. And, but yeah, Disney Channel recently premiered The Owl House. And, real short summary of what before I go into the in-depth, I really, really liked it. I loved The Owl House. It was a fun little fantasy comedy horror adventure show, and I'm looking forward to seeing more episodes. They premiered, so I only saw the first one, but it already set up, the general idea, the characters, all that. I already have a favorite. I'll get to that in a second. The whole idea is this girl that back at home, has this overactive imagination, creative spirit, and she does not fit in at all because it's just so weird. But she winds up in this dark fantasy universe and kind of almost in the care of a witch a witch and her little friend, my favorite character so far, until the other ones have a chance to win me over more. But the King of Demons was a little tiny wolf guy in like a dragon skull helmet, or if it's his actual skull, I don't know, but little tiny. He claims to be the King of Demons, but he's like too adorable to possibly be that. And he claims because his crown and with it his power was stolen, and who knows, maybe it was. But the moment he's just too gosh darn adorable to be any real threat. But after saving the problem in the conflict in the first episode, the main character, the girl, winds up basically having a witch apprenticeship, learning to be a witch despite being a human, which has never been done before. Under the witch. And there's a lot of potential there, and I had a great time. There was a lot of humor. And I'm already looking forward to seeing more. Which leads me to to the next review. So got the Owl House out of the way. I'm on the fence currently about the next one. About the other series. And that's Thundercats Roar. Now, I took a look at the preview trailer like a year or so ago, maybe more. Well, it currently, the first 2 episodes, is a two-parter, is now available on the Cartoon Network's website app thing. And I went and checked it out because, I was sick and I had nothing better to do. And I fear that I might have had my opinion possibly skewed by one, seeing the original trailer and not caring for what I was seeing, being unsure of the series because of it. But also, I've seen other reviews before I saw the episodes, and other critics seem to not like the series at all. But after seeing it myself, I think perhaps, maybe, I'd have to see more episodes to be sure, but I think they might have become overly critical. They might have gone in perhaps wanting to hate it, and so they did. Yes, the visual style is the popular one at the time, popular right now, and that's very off-putting for how Thundercats traditionally is, with the 2 series we had previously, the original 80s series and the early 2000s anime-ish sequel. Excuse me. But and so that's a little off-putting if you're a huge fan of the original series, which I am. But I think that it contributes to the burnout that led to such negative reviews. I'm willing to forgive the visual style. I understand what they were going for. But they also were probably burned out on the what I could only call the Teen Titans Go style of writing. Sort of. A style, but it's not. I will say it lacks the quality of writing. It is in that style, though. And I don't know. I went into it because of the reviews expecting to absolutely hate it. And I feel it's a marked improvement. It's better than I was led to believe it would be. That may not be a huge feat, but it's better than that. So I'm willing to give it a couple more episodes of a chance. I heard some reviews say that it was absolutely a betrayal of the source material, openly insulting to the source material, and I don't really see that. I don't see it as a malicious act against Thundercats. I see it as an attempt to make a Teen Titans Go-ish kind of style comedy spoof of Thundercats and just being bad at it. And because it's not intentionally trying to destroy the Thundercats lore, I think I can forgive it a little bit more. Would I go out of my way to see more episodes? No. Because it still isn't very good, but it's better than I thought. And I think, not Teen Titans, it's not a Teen Titans Go style comedy. It's an Uncle Grandpa style of comedy. Although I absolutely loathe Uncle Grandpa, I hated Uncle Grandpa. This was... I think Thundercats Roar was actually better than Uncle Grandpa? Maybe? I mean, I didn't absolutely hate it, so I guess logically it'd have to be. But, excuse me, I know it's not a high bar, and I don't know. I've got to be one of the only people online that actually will wind up not absolutely wanting to crucify Thundercats Roar, but I'm weird, I guess. Maybe I'm a little bit more forgiving. Or maybe my rage has been drowned by sickness. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I really got. I think. So, I'll just let it go. I'd say if you're uncertain about Thundercats Roar, they do have the 2 episodes sampled for free plus advertising. You know how that is. You can give it a shot. And then avoid it like a plague if you hate it. And you don't even have to go through both parts. If the first one is so bad you can't even go through it, well, that is your answer. I do warn you, you're going to have a lot of very juvenile humor. Very simple, dumb humor. But if you have a tolerance for that, you might be able to get through the episodes. But as for Owl House, I definitely recommend trying to go for that one. Trying to see more, because I definitely want to see more. The Owl House looks great. Hopefully next time I'll be far less sick. And until then, Josh the Fox Mills, and stay tuned.